guided 3 wise men from the east to Jerusalem, Bethlehem actually, Bethlehem, the Holy Land, where they followed it every day, and it stopped over the birthplace of Jesus. Well, that was a star, but it wasn't a star, not a real star. Stars don't work like that. Are set in the heavens and billions of miles away. That star, which the Star of Bethlehem, it was a spacecraft sent by the spiritual hierarchy to guide the 3 wise men and act as a sign. This has been repeated today, in which our spiritual hierarchy have arranged with our fellow humans on this solar system to have 4 such spacecraft, huge, enormous entities, which are posted throughout the world, so that wherever you are, you see a star, one star, which acts like I have described. We have reports from all over the world of this star, hundreds of them, and a few interviews on media, radio, or television, or press media about them. But what Maitreya really desires is an open discussion on the media worldwide about the star, what it is, because people don't know what it is. They see it, they report it, but it's an amazing object. They think, is it a UFO? Well, in a sense, it is a UFO, but it's a very specific one. It is the star, and the first so-called crop circles, which have been created for years all over the world, but especially in south of England, are created by our space brothers from the other planets, mainly from the planets of Mars and Venus. And the first crop circle created this year, many weeks ahead of the usual date when they appear, is, if you can see it, a star. That's a photograph of the first crop circle. And it was made by a spacecraft in a few seconds, I suppose, as they all are. It's hundreds of feet long, meters long, and is to remind those who need to know that this is the star, the herald of Maitreya, who is entering into public work. What will Maitreya talk about on television and radio? Well, obviously he will talk about the need for peace, the need for justice in the world. But how do we get justice? Maitreya says there is only one way to achieve justice in the world: to see the world as one, brothers and sisters of one humanity, and to share the resources of the world. Sharing is the key. Only sharing will produce the trust needed to end war forever. When we have sharing, we automatically have justice. When we have justice, we will have peace. Freedom, justice, sharing, and peace all go together. One comes out of the other. They're all part of the same divine plan for humanity.
Charles has appeared as a hologram to deliver a 5-minute speech in 2008 that was a year old. Let us take a look at the clip from that time and see what it looked like, as well as a newer hologram from today. For it is more like what you will be seeing when the Maitreya appears on your local TV and in the air. For it has been revealed to me that they will be placing one of the holograms in your national TV programs, and you will never know it. With the use of HD TV, it will appear as if it is real and on the scene. This is how they will also be pulling off the landing of UFOs and the fake planned rapture. More on this after you view this clip.
The virtual version of the Prince of Wales, here he is delivering a 5-minute speech in Abu Dhabi today, but this message was recorded last year here in the UK at Highgrove. And he's not the only one to have used this hologram technology. This message from David Beckham and Richard Branson too has been sent across the world as a hologram, no carbon of course emitted. But the most exciting thing of all is that the company behind this technology say that sooner rather than later they have the potential to beam anyone.
They have not only been placing holograms in the entertainment world and business. As you see, they've already been placing them in the sky to just see how they can trick your eyes and get away with it. How, you ask? They've used blue beam. I've been trying to explain this to you before, but I've been blasted by many. So I'm going to demonstrate it, just how they've been doing it in these clips.
At 8:30 Mountain Standard Time, a caller to the National UFO Reporting Center stated that he had seen the giant triangle and what he thought was a red laser beam shoot out of the craft very near to where Christine had seen the hologram.
The testimony.
Remember, we've been told in God's Word that we perish for lack of knowledge. I want you to have knowledge. I've also told you about the sightings of the Jesus walking in the desert in the New Mexico border. This was a hologram to play with the emotions and to trick the eyes. And you know that it works. You've seen it today. You have now seen it. But let us also now hear it and learn how they will fake you out even more.
I have a flower in my hand. It's pretty, but it doesn't really exist. What you see is a 3D object that we're merging into a video in real time. By using standard personal computer, we can mix real and virtual together with a new level of interactivity, a new level of fluidity. And look how the flower is perfectly following the movement of my hand. Over 10 million euros on each project. So as we blend the real and the virtual together, the car that I have in my hand right now. Oh, Valentin, can I have something a little nicer, please? Thank you, Van. So as I put the hammer on this table, oh, you missed it. Let's try again, Valentin. As I put the hammer on this table, we are going to start a race by producing a 3D element that will take into account the actual relief of these real models using real terrain feedback. So it's important to note that what we'll hear on stage, using only a table and a few models to represent the real world, Our clients are already merging 3D into video with exactly the same simplicity. So let me show you now how, using augmented reality, city planners and architects can test new models for their project, letting people visualize how these projects will change their surroundings. And once again, you can see here how this 3D building is perfectly merged to these rooms. So Valentin, as we have this building, can we have an heliport? Thank you, Val. And as we have an heliport, can you fly an helicopter? Thanks. So these changes are also a great value to the entertainment industry, letting them storyboard new elements instantly and keep overall costs down. But look who is inside the helicopter.
There have been some strange cloud formation sightings in various places around the world. Some have movements in the center and others just dark, strange shapes. I have clips of some of them to show you. So when you see them, you will know that they've been created by the harp or soar's weapon. This is also part of the blue beam system. They all work together, and you're probably wondering, what does all this have to do with Maitreya? Just hold on, I'm going to pull it all together. Cream talked about UFOs and spaceships in his introduction of Maitreya to the world. I've been expecting the president to announce on national TV that we have been invaded by them. This will happen in some form. This is part of their control of the masses. I know most of you out there do not believe this will happen. They will say it was a UFO rapture that the Christians have been waiting on. You did notice he said the birth of Christ was announced by a UFO and not a star. I will try to look for the proof that the star did appear and have it with the other links by the time I have posted this video. I will post it at the top of the link so you will easily be able to find it on this one video. I am not a kook or a cult. I am a Christian who is led by Yahweh God, and I hear his voice very plainly. If you do not agree with me, you do not have to listen to me. No one is forcing you to listen. But I am giving you a fair warning. This is my job as a watchman. I am not forcing you to believe. This is their religion that I am revealing to you, not mine. Listen again to what he said. Kareem also talked about crop circles that has been going on since 1966 in the UK, but only known worldwide since the 1970s. Now, some have been conspicuously made by a few men playing pranks, while others have been made by swords weapons by carefully planned out computer programs. You can believe it or not. There's a link below with many designs, men with planks and his foot could not have made. The link is titled Circle Makers 000.